Okay, so today, you saw Number one, I just want to say I'm not bald. Okay, I have a little ponytail in the back, and my, that's disclaimer one. You saw the title of the video, you clicked, you want to know why I would be canceled, and I would want to know too. You might think this is a stupid idea, and the answer is yes. This could be a stupid idea, but my reasoning behind this video is, YouTubers get canceled all the time for things they've said or done in their past, and I want to make this video as a fail-safe, just putting it all out on the table, like,
hey, if you're gonna try to cancel me, here's the reasons why, like...
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm self-aware, but sometimes I can't help myself, I don't have that media training to conceal all this, so it's better for me to just tell you guys now before, people try to cancel me. And... yeah, I mean, you might be thinking, isn't this kind of dumb to be making it 350 subscribers? Yeah, but, like, I'm still gonna do it. Like, I just want to do it. And I'm making it, it's my channel, not yours, so.
Guess what? I make the decisions here.
Anyway, that's kind of hostile. I'm sorry about that. I'm just kind of, like, don't know what to say, so I'm kind of just getting a little, like, I don't know what to talk about. But I'm just gonna go through the reasons why I'd be canceled. Disclaimer, I'm not like a predator like James Charles or Dream. Like, this is not anything serious. This is basically...
If I was a K-pop idol, these are reasons why people will try to cancel me.
Okay, capiche. So number one, this is like kind of embarrassing. My favorite character from One Piece is Sanji. Now, I have many favorite characters in One Piece, but obviously my most favorite is Sanji. And if you don't watch the show, you can skip by this part and go to the other reasons I'd be canceled. But I think to the people who do watch the show or know of this show, I think this would be a red flag. The gag with Sanji, I don't love it. I don't.
Like, they make him seem like a predator and like pervert, which in the anime, all true. All to a point.
But here's my deal. Here's what I think in my head. We have seen in the anime and manga, I swear there's like two different Sanji characters. There's the gag of Sanji with all the stupid jokes that I'm like, oh my god, like skip. And then there's like Sanji, the character that's actually like, oh, I just like love women, like, because I respect them. So there's two different characters here, and I think Oda just like, he has weird humor, like, I'm sorry, he does, and he just really like sometimes amps up the gag on Sanji, and I'm like, I don't love that. So in my head, that's not canon. That is not canon to me. Only the stuff I like is canon to me. So for me, I don't consider the gag a part of Sanji. I just consider it a failure of a joke that Oda is trying to do, whatever. And he's so sweet. Like, how could you, like, guys, like, just ignore that part. Just like, come on, guys. Have you seen, anytime I say this, I'm like, I always give the disclaimer, and I love how we're already at 4 minutes here because this disclaimer is so long. Listen, you're not even gonna believe it. I hated Sanji up until Whole Cake Island. Like, literally, consistently.
At the bottom of the bottom, like, literally despised him.
And then Whole Cake Island happened, and I was like, cured. I was like, you know what? I was wrong. He's top. He's favorite, So, sorry. Anyway, so that's number one. Number two would be that I like K-pop. K-pop stans are notoriously horrible and annoying, and
I don't know how I got roped into this, to be honest. Like,
pre this year, I didn't know really any. I only knew Blackpink, and I liked Blackpink's music, but like K-pop as a whole, I just didn't really get it. Like, I didn't listen to it, so I didn't know if it was bad or not, but I just was like, all I knew was that the stans were crazy, and like if you didn't like their artists, they would like basically try to kill you, which that's still true, that's true, but like I didn't understand it. Like, I remember in high school, people would obsess over BTS, and I was just like, why? Like, I was so confused. Like, people were like, I paid $80 for like a light stick, and I was like, why? And like now I get it. Like, I do the same thing. So I'm like, I don't know why I was so confused back in the day, but now I am that annoying person. Like, if you come in my room and look at my wall, you can instantly think, oh, she's annoying. Now, do I get what am I saying? Do I get in fights on Twitter? No, I don't. So I'm not like a crazy K-pop stan in that way, but I feel like you have to be a certain, unless you're from like Asia, you probably have to be like a certain level of mentally ill to like K-pop, and I'm at that point. And at this point, I really love the music. So that's how you know you've gone in deep, And I'm not trying to insult any K-pop artist in this, obviously, because now I am a K-popper. So all of this is like
an epiphany of what my life has become, essentially. Anyway.
I'm rambling. But yeah, I would totally, people would be like, oh, she likes K-pop. Like, canceled. 3, this is a big one, I'm not ARMY. That would really cancel me. So even as a K-popper, if I say I'm not ARMY is going to kill me. Like, they're gonna find my address, dox me, and then like send threats to me. I just don't like their music. Like, I've tried. Dynamite's good, but like Butter.
And I know that that's just the American releases, but like, I just cannot get into their music, and I just don't get the hype. I don't get the hype, guys.
Because girl groups always do it better, and I'm just saying, I don't get it. So cancel me. Number 4
is I'm vegan, so
I'm definitely not like, I want to say this before, like, I'm not like a freely, like, there have been times where I've slipped up, because like sometimes you eat something and you don't even realize, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to give myself an eating disorder, so like I try not to like obsess over food. So like I'll check the ingredients, but sometimes you just don't know what's in something, so I'll usually still have it anyway if I'm pretty sure, there's no animal products in it. So I'm not like a what's her name? That girl from like Cut.
Nerds.
Like, name one. Name one.
Nerds, Sour
Name-
Patch
just name
Kids.
one.
Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, those aren't vegan.
I'm not like that lady. And if you know that lady, she's so annoying. I'm not like a her, and I'm not like a freely, but I am vegan.
Who eats buckwheat in the morning? Like, I know people do, but I'm looking at him and his body language and how he's telling me, and I'm going, you just had buckwheat?
So you could totally cancel me for that. Again, back in the day, anyone who was vegan, I would be like,
snob, like, why are you vegan?
why am I vegan? A numerous amount of reasons, but like basically environmentalism and
Lack of good food in the dining halls in college, because if you didn't know, I went to UCSB, don't care, whatever. I remember one night they had like brisket or something, and I had it, and it was the most disgusting, fatty piece of meat ever. Like,
I like when I gag, think about it. I never ate meat again after that. So yes, I am vegan. Cancel me. Next reason. What's the next reason?
Next reason is I'm 20 and I have plushies on my bed.
That speaks for itself. Like, I'm 20 years old and have plushies on my bed. People would just be like, what is wrong with this girl? Canceled. You know what I'm saying? Next reason is, this one's actually kind of crazy. This one's actually like, I guess if you think it's bad, but I don't know what that was. I totally believe we as humans should be able to euthanize ourselves. That's pretty controversial. Now, that's actually very controversial.
People, listen, as I see it, is we as a human, now, do I think young people should just willingly be able to kill themselves? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, if you have, like, a terminal disease, or if you are really old, or some situation like that, I believe you should be able to go to the doctors and euthanize yourself.
Peacefully, you know, whatever. Now, if you have a mental, I think this should be a thought out decision. So obviously I don't think you should immediately be able to do it. If you have a mental illness, I don't think you should be able to do it. Stuff like that. But like, in my opinion, if you're old, you see, I worked in a retirement home and you just see a low quality of life. And I'm like, I would not want to live like that. Now, again, a ton of old people love their lives, obviously, but I feel like sometimes there comes a point that
people should be able to choose if they want to keep living. If they want to keep living. Like, when you're old and you can't walk on your own, you can't eat on your own, you know, you need someone to take care of you. I think you should be given the option to, like, kill yourself.
Because, like, that's what I would do. And I know maybe that would get me canceled because someone would say,
well, that's what you would do. That's not what society should do.
But, like, I feel like that's, like, good. Like, it helps lower the population. And now this could totally get problematic because there totally could be, like, some kind of classism and racism that could be abused by this system, for sure. So you'd have to really you'd have to really carefully plan it out. But Canada already, like, does it, basically. And I think California might, you know what I'm saying? So they're already, like, starting to do it, but I think,
oh, my cat's in here. Oh.
I just think if you are, like, old and it's hard to live, you should be able to decide if you want to die. That's what I think. You know what? See, though, that last opinion is so controversial that might actually get me canceled. To be honest, I don't know what else would get me canceled. I think the last thing I'll say is I think I would get canceled for having no friends, because I've seen this trend on social media lately where it's like someone will complain on, like, TikTok or Twitter, wherever, about, like, having no friends, and people in the comments are like, maybe it's, like, your fault, like, red flag if you have no friends, hating on the person. And I'm like, what? Like, it's actually insane, because I'm like, wait, I don't have friends. And does that mean I'm the problem? Maybe, but, like, also I think circumstances matter too. So I was just always,
I saw that. I was like, oh my God, like,
dang, now we can't, now if you don't have friends, that's a red flag. So honestly, that could totally be a reason too. Well, man, it's bad to talk about politics, though. Like, I also might get canceled for saying, like, I think all of our energy should be switched, and at least in America, should be switched to nuclear power plants.
The people who work there are so safe, guys. Barely any radiation, if done well, gets to them.
Literally no carbon emissions from making nuclear power plants. You just have nuclear waste, which...
Actually, I don't know where nuclear waste gets put, but, like, if you just had a designated area for nuclear waste...
That's honestly, in my opinion, better than us destroying the whole Earth because of global warming and carbon emissions. So, you know, cancel me, whatever. That's the video, to be honest. I'm actually debating putting this up after, like, saying all this, because I'm like, I don't want you guys to think I'm a horrible person. Like, why'd I come up with this video? But is it better just to put it out on the table? Like, that's what I thought. I don't know.
Oh my God, guys, I just remembered I would probably be canceled for shopping on AliExpress. Like, that's actually kind of valid.